Just finished dialysis, so I'm a little tired, a little bit exhausted, but I'm happy. I talked to my papa all night last night. My papa, I talked to him all night last night. He told me, he said, you're dangerous. He said, the only woman in the world that could break a blues man's heart is you. He said, normally the blues man do the breaking. He said, you would end a blues man's sorrow with one smile. But Papa got some game. And he said you would end the blues man's sorrow with one smile. He always talked about, wishing that he could have, you know, done things a little differently and been around and, that we never moved away. But he said when my mama got hurt and, died and or almost died, she's still there, but she's not there. That changed his soul. It ached. It ached every day. He said that he couldn't be there to protect her, and that's what ached and broke his heart. Made a little crack and dent in it, and he said as soon as he found out that I was in the dialysis centers, that he said it just like an egg. He said it was simple. It was easy to just slip into a different reality because the one that he was in did not serve him. His highest good. He said it's a good thing, though. He said I could make changes from here now. He said I could change the luck because, boy, you need it. He said, boy, you need it. Growing up so wild and free didn't teach you no structure. Didn't teach you how to appreciate the things that you had. Said, I'm glad to see that you're doing good and how you turned out. He said, I watch you every single day. He did. He told me that. He said, I watch you every single day. The only woman that could break a blues man's heart. Write the best songs to get to that deepness inside of them, that core. And then you could fix it with one smile. He told me, don't worry about that man not giving you no money. He said, I got something for you. I got something for you. You just work hard, take care of your health, stay on top of it, be organized, don't get too, you know, pressed for the future and too pressed for the past. It's here and now is how we start. He's very wise. I think he just rounded out my team and just changed my existence. And I was watching my show. Feel, I can be concrete and traveling all across the season lane. Pasta in land. He will cry for you. He will try with you. He will eat with you. Somebody feed that man. Somebody Somebody feed Bill. Somebody feed me. And he was in New Orleans. It's just like as soon as I turned on the thing, it was a message. As soon as I turned on this machine or the computer, I'm getting a lot of my old grandma coming back up into me. Yeah, she's a whale. She's a whale. She turned into a whale when she died. That's why she said she wanted to get as big as she could to sink the sorrows in the sea and become a whale. She told me that. We are magical. I'm magical, guys. My papa's teaching me so much things about the Quipa and the natives of the land, and he's teaching me a lot about like how to mix herbs and stuff. But the I don't know. I'm just really I'm in a better place right now. Just cuz I can hear him really I can hear him so clear. I can hear him clear as day. Like he's standing right next to me. Like he's standing right next to me. I can hear him. He said he likes my bear here. This Hosier bear or Father Bear. He said he likes him. Tell my baby, buy my baby anything she needs. Things she needs. What was I saying earlier? He has a lot of roots and grass and like he's very full, He almost makes me feel like I'm full, like I don't need to eat. He's very heavy, but light at the same time. In any other lifetime, I think I would have married my papa, and I would have took good care of him. And he would have lived to be 180,000 years old. I would have, if it was a different lifetime. I liked him that much. Yeah. Sometimes the punches of life gets me down, because I've been through the unimaginable. But what's another hit or two so I can knock down a giant? What's another hit or two? Press on, move along. But anyway, Phil goes to New Orleans and he goes to this old lady house that has gumbo, and she fed Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the presidents, and that's where they would go to meet for the civil rights. And I stopped by there and I fed my soul for a little bit just through the television. I asked Phil if I can come in to his vessel, and I ate gumbo with her. Got more knowledge that I needed, and she told me about death. She had a sit down chat with me about death. The old matriarchs of Louisiana. I may have to have a house down there. She said I may have to have 2 or 3 houses in New Orleans, around New Orleans, around the whole state of Louisiana. So I have to. They're called Big Mama's houses. All of them that, with the elder women are taking care of and feeding the community. They're all called Big Mama's house. My papa calls me beautiful all the time now. He said, "You look just like your mother." He says, "You look just like your mom. Just as beautiful as the day is long." Yeah. I keep changing my channels so that nobody could find me. None of my masculines, at least. I change my channels when I'm in a bad mood. So it's like sifting through a million bales of hay to find a needle. No one can come to my mental. But I thank God for everything I have. I thank God and the universe for everything I have. I am blessed beyond comparison. So, so I'm just thankful that anyone would sit and listen to me. I really, truly feel it in my core right now, and it's vibrating that people would take the time and figure out what's wrong with me and have a party. I saw today that they're having Oshun fest in Nigeria. So that means there's going to be tons of presents coming, and that means there's going to be tons of food and worship, and we'll even do a song to Obatala. They said they'll do a whole song to Obatala, and in this section, my papa can play Obatala in this one. So he could get like crowned up and up and up. That made me proud. That made me so proud. That my children would see when something was wrong and they take care of it for me. And they send their little signs, they'll send their subtle signs, and I'm going to take that as a fact. I am. I do. Would you like some tears, Fox? Sure. The tears of me, my papa says, makes the best music in the galaxy. My happy tears, my sad tears, just as well. So here's a bit of both. And you can write all the songs in the whole wide world and be the best father fox you can be. You are loved too, little foxy. Little Hosier. Hosier ears. You have all my hair trapped in you. You haven't left my side. I've been in the hospital the whole time, and he hasn't left my side. He stayed right next to me. I grab his tail like this, and I snuggle. My papa also said that I'm gonna make a beautiful bride. I said, how do you know? How do you know? He says, you're gonna get married. He said, real soon you're gonna get married. And the man that I'm sending to you is gonna take care of everything for you. But you also have to take care of yourself. But he said it will be a blessing. When it happens, you'll be so happy. And I'll see your smile every day, and I'll use it to paint the sun. Rising sun is your smile. I'm telling you guys, you can't keep me down. You can't. It's impossible. Because every single morning, there's a flower that grows inside of my heart. And it grows big and big and big. It's like the biggest hug that the universe can send. And my heart get so happy even if I'm sad. I don't even have to do anything because the flower grows. And if I cry, the tears water my flower. And my flower gets big. It sings. It sings really good songs. And I hear all the songs in all the galaxies that'll help me with my emotions. And it'll help me to organize my emotions. I'm really happy now that I see the other side of the realm. My papa is walking the land right now. He's walking and he's knocking on doors. And anybody who messed with me, my papa's taking care of it. He's taking the firstborn and taking them out of their body and dragging them back to the bayou and turning them back to gators. Serves them right. He said he was tired of seeing the matriarchs be worn down by the children. He said he stepped out of his body. He turned into a giant, big old giant. And he said he went to the earth, and he was knocking them down. Boom, like Leroy Brown. Boom, boom, boom. He was ready to fight. He was ready to fight. He said he left his old man suit and he put on his giant, and he's gonna go into my husband. He said that he's gonna go into my husband to make sure my husband's all go act right. He said otherwise he gonna drag him to the bayou and drown. My papa's a good man. He's good and quiet, and he loves the blues. And the memory that I had these bright red shoes, ruby red shoes, and he had these church shoes, and I would put my shoes on top of his shoes, and I would dance with my papa. My papa, I did, but I'm like, how is this memory when we don't have the memory? But he showed me that on our soul's levels, we never left each other. He said he raised me in my soul, and he said he raised me to be a wild wolf. He said, he told me, he goes, you didn't even have to worry. Everything that you were learning because I was showing you in the dark too. He said, I was raising you. He said, the soul of God must be free, but the soul of God must be with me. Because I think Papa is really important. I really do. So I'm happy, and I feel someone's really mad right now. Probably the evil witch. She's the one that tried to kill my mom. But I gave up my life, and I left my body, and I prayed to God. I said, you can have this piece of my soul, and my mom stayed alive. She did. And the evil witch is going down because my papa got the hands like Leroy Brown. That's my protector. That's not her protector, because it's not her dad. He's my dad. And he's gonna take care of it. My ancestors are gonna become visit me when I ouch. When I was sleeping, and they kept shaking me awake. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And they shake me, and I go, oh, what? And they say, you don't let nobody make you cry. You don't let nobody make you cry. Them's the tears that you need to succeed. Don't let nobody make you cry. I have a lot of ancestors, especially down south. I didn't know, but down south, they know who I am. Do you know that? That they get the Bayou news from the gators and all of the cicadas and all of the animals tell them what's going on. They repeat everything like a parakeet. Everything I say, they repeat it. They do. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited. That was a really hard hit. Right to the gut. But guess what? I'm strong. I'm beautiful. I'm brave. I'm smart. I'm very, very important. Like I tell my son Alex, he's very, very important. Well, so much for today, okay, guys? I think that's all I have. My papa created the blues. He created the blues to be the access point of the deepest part of my heart where it hurts the most. And he sacrificed his energy to heal that part. And now my flower grows and grows. It all happens for a reason. And it all happens for a season. This life has taught me anything. It's taught me that love conquers all, and love can make the biggest enemy fall. You don't worry about your trials, or your tribulations, because God's going to take care of it. God is already taking care of it. Sometimes I wish that I could just get one more hug from him. Not the frail hug he grew to in his old age, but when he was at his prime. Just one giant hug. What going to the moon meant to man. One giant leap. One big hug from my papa. That would heal every wound in my body. That would make my kidneys work. That would make me sit straight because I'm safe. Have you ever felt so safe in your life from a hug? You ain't never hugged a man from Cajun land, Creole country, from native territories tucked beneath the Mississippi River. Them mans. Them's difference, man. Them not the same as the Western boys. They not the same as the Western boys. The way some boys they ain't got no soul enough to reach deep inside you and pull up the weeds. They not deep yet, but they'll get there. We pump music and food and happiness up in the West as much as we did down south. Love and food will bring everything together. Everything together from food and love. They just need a little bit of Cajun spice. So I dedicate this last post because I think I'm going to take a break. I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I know everyone wants, or I know people want to know how I am. But I think I need a break. I read a book or two, buy a rocking chair, maybe become a doctor. I have enough energy now. I think my life is a testament and a testimony to my ancestors. How beautiful my ancestors were. They took me on a trip last night. We went to this old house in the middle of the bog, man. It was bog, man. In the middle of the bog, this little old shack, right? And I had regressed to when I was a baby or like a young girl, but I could still talk. I had regressed mentally back to that state because I was so sad. That's where I went. That's the pinpoint of the blues, was that house. And I went back and they did like this cleansing and this ritual for me. And I was able to talk and play like a kid again and heal myself through playing where my roots started to grow. Playing where I set foot long ago in the bogs. Deep, 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 deep in the South where no one ever would visit. Just the gators, cicadas. They took care of me there. Because I said in my post last night, I said, I need help. I said, I need support. I ain't never said that. I need support. I need to be supported up because I'm about to fall. I was about to fall yesterday. I really was. When I love someone, I love hard. I love deep. I love so the roots get so deep within them that it's like inseparable. I love hard. And my papa, I loved him hard. I would have gone with him if I didn't focus on my child, my children, my health, and like this feeling that I feel right now, like this cleansing feeling. Like I feel clean. Like I feel like seen and unseen and like everything that was unreal was unearthed. Whoa. I feel that way. I really fucking do. He danced with me last night when I was sleeping, and I would try to stay awake to watch it, but I had on this beautiful red dress and I had a feather in my hair. And my hair was all done up and I looked beautiful with my red shoes, ruby red shoes. I wore all red. And my socks was white. And we danced and we danced. And it was slow, like trumpets and in my solitude, like very slow, seeping, deepening energy. And I held on to him like he was like he just came back from a war, like he was my long lost husband. And it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And it allowed me to see through the fog of my tears. That's right. Elise said, red and right are Shango's colors. You got it. You passed the test, girl. No, you passed the test. Good job. Because in the beginning, when I said, my papa said, you can break a blues man's heart. That's a hard thing to do, a task to accomplish. That's the reason why they start singing the blues. They meet the woman in the red dress. She plants her seed so deep within them that when it cracks, when she walks away, that they gotta find an outlet. Otherwise, they'll die. That's why the seeds are buried so deep in the South. Through love, one red kiss. I'd wear red lipstick. All red, with a feather in my hair, walking around. And I'd give them one kiss, and that was a kiss of death. That was the kiss of death. The blues was called the kiss of death. And they would beg me for it. They would beg me to die. I tell them I go. I'm not fit for Mary. I'm not fit for Mary. I gotta go save my lambs. I said, I only here to visit my papa, but I have to go back up north. I gotta go save my lambs from the slaughter. A lot of the times in the South, it was a very delicate situation. Very delicate situation because in my memory of time, there was no time in the South. No, it wasn't as sleepy as everyone says. The air wasn't as tight around my throat as it is up here. It was easy. And men didn't expect as much down there as they do up here. They expect you to be superwoman, cook, clean, take out this, and feed the children, and be so stressed out 24/7, all because they're providing, all because they giving money. But I'm saying, I always tell them, nigga, I give you honey. You're supposed to be a good enough man to turn that honey into sand, and you can do whatever you want. But they didn't get it. They didn't get that premise back in the North, but they did in the South. I go into the little shacks where they're doing the blues music. As soon as I walk in, the doors would open. Everybody would just stare because they would smell that honey. They would smell I had it. And the men would turn into howling wolves. Only that peace in their soul that they need. Like, it was almost unfair. It was almost unfair. And then I'd leave with one of them. Everyone said, "Oh, you sold your soul to the lady in the red dress, huh?" And the man would say, I ain't sell nothing, but I gained everything. I gained the blues. I know what true sadness is because I'd walk them with the cane and walk them to a point in my heart where the restart of death was. It was a grave, the grave that gave me the most pain. It was my papa, that moment when my papa died. And I wasn't able to sacrifice myself for him. That was the moment that the blues was birthed. That was it. Looking at that gravesite, I take them there, like when they doing the Christmas story where he takes all the he takes you through the journey of all of the Christmas stories. By my baby, anything she needs. But I would take them to the grave. And I said, this is the man that I love the most. No one really paid attention to him. He was quiet, just like my brother. He was very, very low key, but inside, he was thunder. He was thunder. He was thunder. He would He would walk into the room and he was wild, quiet. I never met a man like that. In all my years, on my days, on all the planets I've been to, I never met a man like that. Not one that had as much fire as he had. I said, I trade my honey for your fire so I could burn down the world. He said, you keep it. Here you go. Everyone said I stole it. Everyone said. They didn't ask me how I got the fire. They said automatically that she stole it. That witch stole it. Call me that witch. That witch stole it. He gave it to me. He gave me that fire. There was no trickery involved. He gave it to me. I said, I want to burn down the fucking world, the old system, and start it anew. I said, I'm gonna look. Y'all can't probably see it, but he right here. He dressed his suited and booted, like he's standing there, like how the Muslim men stand, very tall and strong. He's standing right there, like an undertaker. He told me, he said, you can have this fire. He goes, I got everything I need. I said, I'll return it when I'm done. So every time, because the soul is different from the vessel. Although he was my papa, he was a placement for a soul of a journeyman. The ones that are in and out of the vessel, perfecting time. And I would come back in from the spiritual sense, and our spirit would meet up and we would have the best time of our lives. We would go back to that little house in the bayou where we had children and all that stuff. And it's funny to see how the lineage happened, how to see it unfold like a storybook. It's beautiful, it's tumultuous and scary, and it's cheating involved, it's murder and mayhem. It's bad, but it's good because the story unfolded like a blues song. It unfolded like a blues song. He said, By my baby, anything she need. Mhm. So me and his soul traveled to Rome because my soul is old. This is just a new home. We had to find a way to be in the same race, to be in the same gender, or not gender, race, energy, because you're running the race of life. And each generation, you're passing a baton to the next generation. But we had one in between them. That was my mother. He passed the baton to my mother. And then when she happened, she passed me the symbol of our ancestors and would pull my hand because she can't talk. And she did the writing on my palm. She wrote on my palm and I knew it. She did a symbol and I knew it. And I was like, what? What do you want me to do? She rolled her eyes. She's like, I already know you know what I'm talking about. You need to continue the race. And so she handed me the baton for our lineage. And I went out and so one time in Rome, me and him met up, which isn't that far from here. Rome is a distant land. Rome is in this home. Rome is here, within the U.S. energies. We met up in Rome, and we had a training session for. Uh, we got new fire powers for our lineage, and he was like waiting to see if Zarius would show up, my brother. And when I showed up, I wore the red dress. I had the feather. There was a peacock feather in my hair. I wore red because in the spiritual realm, I dress the fuck up. My hair is never undone. My nails are never undone. I am beautiful, which I'm beautiful now, but this is more of my rustic, era. Uh, but I look beautiful. My white socks walking in. I'm very confident and calm in this world. I walked in, all the boys was in the Mason Hall because they was waiting on Zarius to claim his thing, to claim his stuff. But I showed up in Rome from a spiritual perspective. Opened the door. Same thing like it happened in the blues, in the old South, in the blues world. Honey, you could smell it. And then with everybody turning the wolves. And my papa was preaching. He was at a pulpit at the Mason Hall. He was at the pulpit. And I walked down the aisle and I said, as a matriarch on this land, I claim the fire for my lineage. Because it would pass down. If nobody showed up to the hall, it would pass down to my uncle's children, which is not under Shango, but they under um, what is his name? Inky. That means if I didn't claim it, because he my the Inky line was, if they got a hold of fire, we would have had more war. We would have had to go back to war with Inky and his kids. But the second I showed up at that Mason Hall, and I'm in my red dress with my peacock feather, my hair all done up, I'm like, I claim it. And I said in the name of Jesus too. I said, in the name of Jesus, I claim the fire. And so then after I claimed the fire for our lineage, that put me at top of the matriarch of Louisiana. Do you know how many matriarchs try to control the land of Louisiana? I got Mississippi, Louisiana, uh, the Mississippi River. I got Georgia, which is Atlanta, which is gold. That's hella gold. I got Oklahoma, um, Cincinnati, just a couple other things that is the fire central, where things are the cauldron of the rest of the world, the rest of the top of the map and or beyond. The South is the cauldron that keeps the fire going. So you have to, as the patriarchs, they hold the fire stick. They hold the fire stick, right? If you ever heard the Native American tribes that hold the fire stick. So it was our tribe who held the fire stick, right? So you had the responsibility to light the flame each morning. This is why we had to wake up at, really early, like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning and start the day, because it was then your responsibility to light the flame so the sun could come up from the south to the north. Because if you don't wake up, the sun don't come up, right? So you have to be as consistent as a clock. You have to be as consistent as a clock, and otherwise your blood would clot, right? You got to get blood clots because you need to wake up early. So once we did this, we had, like, I would say 50 to 100 rituals that were done back to back within the dream realm where I had to do. So I regressed back to a child, and they had to raise me from a child to, I think I was like, by the time I was done, like 500 years old. And then I planted a tree at 500 years old, and then I went back to the bayou. So I created a 4 within this energy, and I lit a 4 on fire. I have no idea why or blah blah blah, but the cross that I carried, that I drew, it was like a little cross that I drew in this vision. Hello.
Hey, I have your Rendella, your renal multivitamin, and your Losartan.
Sounds like a party.
Yes, it is, but less of a party than this morning.
Yeah, right.
I have, like, around 2 o'clock, there were some blood pressure meds that I was supposed to give, but you were getting dialyzed.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give those to you right now, or wait?
Do you want to look at the blood pressure and see?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can go ahead and.
If the blood pressure is,
I might have to just delay the Losartan. Give those 2 first, delay the Losartan an hour, and then recheck your blood pressure.
Yeah, I even ate bacon. I haven't ate bacon in like forever.
What?
I ate bacon and for a reprise to my grandfather. It was like, eat what he eats, do what he does. It's an old tradition.
Are you just not a bacon eater?
Girl, they some filthy animals.
Oh my god. Same here. Oh.
They eat everything.
Anything edible, I would probably eat.
The Italian mob really scared me because I saw it on the Sopranos, where they took the bodies and the pigs ate the bodies. I was like, oh
god.
heck no.
Oh my god.
I was like, nah, I don't know what y'all feeding them pigs. If the pig is fed good, grass fed and healthy, then I probably would. But
that's just sick.
And then they sell it back in the meat shop. Girl,
that's what we buy.
That's what we buy.
With a glass of wine. Oh my god.
I had to ask today. I was like, wait, on dialysis, can I have wine? She was like, I highly don't recommend it.
Boo.
I was like,
you should say, well, I'm getting dialyzed. Can I do it the day that I'm getting dialyzed? That's bad advice for me.
I know. I'm not listening, girl. This is the wrong arm. Yeah, this one has an issue. Okay. I go to that one.
Yeah. Let me just stop it. Thank you.
This one sometimes has a problem
because of that.
Reading it. Uh-oh.
Here. Let me go ahead and I'll have you put it on, and then I'll just restart.
My baby.
I almost want to get a smaller cup for you, girl.
Yeah, I need the baby cups
from
the kids.
I bet you will get a good blood pressure.
Right? Every time. I need the Elmo cuffs. So there was like a bunch of time. Okay, so no one really talks about how time don't work the same in the West as it does in the South. Time is hella different in the South. I'm not just talking about slower. I think they're smarter in a way. I feel like they know more. Like they had passed down the traditional values. What the fuck? Girl, holy moly, my blood pressure's high. That's why you don't eat bacon, huh? Girl. Is that 130 or 30? Oh. Never again am I eating that shit. My blood pressure kill me high. Hey, nurse. Nurse.
Yeah.
I need it bad. It's 130.
Hard stuff.
The bad. I need my medicine. It's real bad. That's stroke level. 150 over 130.
I think Zoe's getting it.
Yeah. Tell her to hurry.
Not Zoe, sorry. Josie. Yes, I will.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nurses station, how can I help you?
Sorry, it was an accident.
I'm in here.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll get on that one. For sure.
My blood pressure's really bad. And I just got dialyzed. Girl. That's what bacon will do to your ass. I wanted to appease my grandfather. We're gonna kill me, bear. Oh, she needs to hurry the fuck up. Yeah, we did 3. No, we did a bunch of rituals back to back. And we reset this like clock. Girl, it's really bad. I need my push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get that.
Like
medication
ASAP.
in you.
Even do the
I think we can even do 3.
yeah, let's do whatever we can. All of it. I've never had it at 130. 130 is stroke level.
Yeah. We'll just keep an eye and make sure.
No more bacon.
Yeah. So I have labetalol. I have your hydralazine. I'll do those 2 first before I do losartan, because and then
Let's just do whatever. I don't
just
care.
do
I'm gonna take it.
All right. Because that's too high.
It's beyond too high. The bottom level.
Yeah.
That affects how much the pressure goes through, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's any clots in that shit,
Knock on wood.
knock on.
Every wood in the world.
Amen to that. I'm not a wooden head, so I'm not gonna. I might as well be a doctor. I get the body.
You should be a doctor. Just like your plan before.
Right? I should do it. If anything learning from my body has taught me is some people are harder than others. But if I can get an easier patient than me, which is the whole world, I can make change. Be like Meredith Grey.
I've only watched 2 episodes of that. Can you believe it?
Girl, maybe your life is better for that. Because Shonda Rhimes really knows how to write stories. And is it bad? All right, let's hurry. I don't know how long, because I think if we're taking nifedipine, that's like not instant release, but losartan is. Thank you.
Let's leave that blood pressure cuff on you until we get something normal, okay? Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
Mm-hmm. And I've been sitting in a hospital bed, so I gotta be very careful. Luckily, I went walking yesterday, so I don't think there's any clotting issues, but it shouldn't be this high after dialyzation.
It should be even a little bit lower. That's why I was concerned about giving you all those meds, but we'll see. We'll just go with
It's
it for now and keep
bacon.
them honest.
Now I'm teaching a lesson to everyone.
Oh God! Don't tell me that.
Stop eating bacon if you got blood pressure issues. Unless you know how to ground the hooves. Unless you know how to ground the hooves on from a spiritual note. I don't.
I don't.
I'm learning it. Because I'm in the sky. I'm in a bird.
That would be a good place to start. I bet your blood pressure will go down eventually.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But oh no, I'm talking on the screen. When you in the South, when you in the South, you can eat bacon. I believe that as long as they're well fed, because you're watching the animal and you're grounding the energy. But up here, I'm a bird. Birds can't eat pig. Birds can't eat pigs. You can't digress in nature. You can't digress. Birds can't become pigs. That's reverse evolution, right? So if I eat pig, I'm only eating the pig to give to the papa, to the grandpa who's right here in the lineage. Yeah. Yeah, because you come from the land of the vampires, girl. The fairies and the vampires. Um, the